I hope you can all see me. Hello and welcome to this Q&A for the LMF Mentoring Program. For those who don't know, my name is Sonia Barlow and I am the CEO and founder. The point of our session today is because so many of you have asked us questions about our program that's coming up, as well as questions about the programs that have gone in the past. Remember, we've mentored shy of 1,000 people with a 98% success rate, and we know our stuff. So today, in the next 20 minutes, we invite your questions. Please do get involved in the Q&A. And most importantly, fill out the form, express your interest, and sign up for our program. There's myself, Sonia, who will be leading the session, and my colleague Eleonora, who actually runs the mentoring program. So she has all the answers ready for you. If it's okay, we're going to go through a deck now, just to give you some information in the background, and then we'll hand over to any Q&A that you will share live. So we are live, and or on top of that, any Q&A that you have that you've sent through. So we've had a range of messages so that you're aware. We are live on YouTube, we are live on TikTok, we are live on LinkedIn, and I think we're live on Twitter. And so there's a lot of you around. Feel free to ask as many questions as you want, and we will be there covering them as we go along. Amazing. So if you don't know the LMF Network, we are a community founded in 2018 as a brunch club and then in 2020 converted into a full-fledged business. We are a social enterprise, which means that we have a pure mission for social good. And our mission really is to build the careers and confidence of 25,000 people by 2025 by redefining work, culture, and community. We're an accessible and inclusive community. Yes, we're called Like-Minded Females, but actually 75% of those who are a partake in our activities are women, 25% are men and or other identities. The most important thing that we do is that we believe in leveling up careers, building your confidence, and making sure that you have the tools and resources to not only enter the workplace, but thrive through mentoring, masterclasses, and meaningful connections. We've upskilled shy of 20,000 people, all during the pandemic. We did not charge a penny because we didn't want to be that community group that really takes advantage of people in situations. But most importantly, we've facilitated over 300 workshops and have grown to a social online following of over 50K. And so that really brings us as to where we are today. We work with a range of partners and brands, and thank you for those who have sponsored us, who have advocated, who have been our biggest ambassadors. These are just some of them that we can call out. And believe it or not, I am so stoked that we have had this opportunity to not only grow, but to be doing, well, to still be here, to be honest with you. And that's why we're doing this work. Thank you so much for those who are joining. Just as a recap, my name is Sonia. I'm the CEO and founder of the LMF Network, and we will be talking all things mentoring. So feel free to ask questions, get involved, but most importantly, please sign up. Just so that you have an idea of where we are and who we cover. We have 50,000 across social following. We have over 100 partners. We've upskilled 20,000 people. We have 15K on LinkedIn with 100K impressions per month, all organic. We have had numerous participants in our mentoring program across 4 different programs and 28 different countries. And we are now launching our program number 5, I believe, this February. At this point, I'm really going to invite my colleague Eleanor into the conversation because she has not only designed and delivered most of these programs, but she is now very much supporting for our February cohort. And please remember that this is your session for your time. So ask as many questions as you want, get involved, and just let us know what we can do to support you as we start building these mentoring relationships together.
Okay, so hello everyone. For those who doesn't know me, I am Eleonora, and I'm a program manager, and I manage the last 2 mentoring program cohort, and I'm going to manage this cohort on February 2023. Here on the slides, you can see the previous mentoring program. So the first 2 on 2020 and 2021 were a 6-month mentoring program, and we start collecting data and understanding feedback, and we learn from our mistakes. Learn by doing is like my motto. And that's why in the last 2 mentoring program that I manage myself, we decided to short a little bit the period and do a 3-month mentoring program. This is why, because a lot of people were enthusiastic as at the beginning. So we decided to short the time and make more content within those 3 months. And even the last cohort, I learned from the first for the third cohort, and I decided to give a mix between recorded lesson and live lesson. We can see on the next slide some of the win from the last mentoring program. So for the example, on the right-hand side, you can see we always share a survey at the beginning and at the end of the mentoring program. So we can see what like the participant, if really they gain something or not. So for example, one question was, to what extent do you feel currently have the skill and knowledge to achieve your goal? And at the beginning of the program, 38% feel that they have the skill and knowledge. But in the end of the program, 92% of people felt that they have the skill and knowledge. So 54% of gained knowledge during the program. Another question was, how confident do you currently feel that you can achieve goal in a long-term ambition? And even in this case, from 39% of people that felt they have confidence, we are arriving then the 91% of people felt they have the confidence. So we gained 52% of confidence within 3 months of program. And the last question was, to what extent do you currently feel able to determine your own career development? So even in this case, people 67% of gain determination. So in the next slide, I'm going to share, and I'm going to really talk briefly about the mentoring program, because then I want to leave time to answer the question you might have. But first, what is mentoring? I always like to start from the definition. So there are many definitions and many ways to perceive mentoring based on everyone's personal experience. What I believe and LMF believe is like quite simply helping. So it's just helping each other. So having someone professional with a work experience that can help you and guide you to some of the questions that people with more experience already been through, already passed when were their time. So the benefit is having someone that can help you with your CV, with your LinkedIn profile, with knowledge that you might need in order to change career or start a new career. And can be a mentor, but can also be a mentee, because we're going to see in the next slide that also we believe in reverse mentoring. We receive lots of feedback where people mentor told us, you will never believe it, I learned so much from a mentee, I would never expect that. So that's why we always we believe in this too. And in case you want to express your interest, you can see the link on the chat. You might answer the question like, what do you prefer, traditional one-on-one mentoring, group mentoring, or reverse mentoring? So traditional one-on-one is when we have a mentor, so a person with more experience that help a mentee, so a person, let's say, with 0 or maximum 5 years of work experience. And they just like, we give you all the content in case you're part of the program, how to guide the mentoring session. It's just like a session when, as a mentee, I ask my mentor some guidance and some tips and some advice, and the mentor will help me answering those questions. My reverse mentoring is the opposite. And to give you a really quick and simple example, let's say if I have a company and I need to manage the TikTok strategy, what is better to go for me? From a person with 40-year work experience, or from a 20 years old person that passed most of the time on social media just because they like it and they enjoy it? In this case, I think a younger person might be more able than a person with 40-year work experience to manage the TikTok strategy. And sometimes we learn a lot from people young, even with 0 experience, because they might know more what's going on in the technology, what's going on in this new time that everything is changing really fast. And that's why if you are interested in a mentoring program, you express your interest, you might find a question if you prefer traditional one-on-one, reverse, group, or if you're open to any option we might have. And a group of mentoring is when simply, generally speaking, is one mentor and multiple mentees. And even in this case, if there are, let's say, 4 mentees and 1 mentor, and 1 mentee asks a question and the mentor answer the question, also the other mentees might understand and listen to the answer, and maybe they realize that they needed that guidance they even didn't know. So just by having more people in the room and listening more conversation is also a great way to do networking. There is just another option that we offer in the program, and you can just either express your preference or just going with the flow and see I'm open mind to everything. And we are going to match you. As I was saying earlier, it's not necessarily we learn from mentors. We can also learn from young people, from everyone. That's we also do a blind matching. So we don't see your age, we don't see your gender, we don't see your nationality. We just ask you to the form, like where do you have knowledge and in what you want to gain knowledge. in what you can help someone. Let's see public speaking, let's see changing industry, and in what you want someone to help you. So this is how we are going to do the matching. And then in the slide, we can see a little bit more information about this program. So as I was saying before, we always learn from our mistakes. So in this cohort, we decided to do 1 month mentoring program. And so we will give you one matching that we like to call accountability buddy. So we ask everyone, even if you have lots of work experience, to set a goal for this month. And in the end, you with your accountability buddy, you will see if you follow the goal or not. Of course, setting 1 month goal is really difficult because usually the goal is like long term, but it's still since we are still in January, February, still a good practice to set a goal, even if it's a 1 year goal. You can still keep the contact with your accountability buddy for the whole year. But the program will be a 4-week program. So in every week, there will be one live session. We're going to see the calendar in a few slides, but just I want to quickly say now we're going to have one live workshop per week, and then you have instantly in the moment you subscribe to the mentoring program, you also have access to the LMF platform. The LMF platform is already online and available. There are already 10 live masterclass on topics such as goal setting, where to start looking for a job, entrepreneurship versus employment, project management. You have 10 masterclass ready, and we upload 1 masterclass per month. So by the end of the mentoring program, which will be in March, you have 12 recorded masterclass, the access to 12 recorded masterclass. So besides 1 live workshop per week and 12 recorded masterclass that you have access, you have also 1 year in the platform. So every month we will upload masterclass. We upload resources like template or how to write email or CV or LinkedIn profile. And then you have access to the wider community. Other things you have access is, of course, the certification. So in case you want to be part of the program, we'll give you certification that will state that you're part of the program at the beginning and also in the end, and for every masterclass we will do. And then, yes, the topic that we will cover will be many. We're all around career and personal development and personal branding. And I want to remind you that we have 30 limited space, and the deadline is January 31st. After January 21st, if you express your interest, you will receive an email with the information of the payment. After January 21st, we can't assure you there will be spots. If you want to give more places, we can't assure you the prices will be the same. So if you are interested, I really recommend you to express your interest now and to proceed with the payment now. If you express your interest, you receive everything through email. I don't know, Sonia, you want to say something, or I can just keep going? I really have another couple of things to say, and I'm pretty much done.
No, of course. I mean, I really want to invite any questions that people may have. We've had some questions come through, so thank you so much for that. I think some of them we've actually covered, but there are some that we can go through, and I apologize if there's any noise. I am in a co-working space, as per being a digital nomad entrepreneur, which is exciting. So for those who are asking what mentoring really is a two-way or more relationship between individuals that are working together to level up their experience and do better. If there is noise in the background, you can't hear me, let me know, and I will hand it back over to Eleonora. We really support your careers by building your key skills, professional skills required in the workplace. Yes, we can focus on technical skills, but there's so many amazing groups already doing that. We focus on key skills like confidence, communication, leadership, problem solving, productivity, mental health, well-being, balance, resilience, and so forth. And it's really about helping you transfer those skills. We've had some great feedback in our programs before. We've had individuals have 25K pay rises, 10K pay rises, 13K pay rises, new jobs, new businesses. Some of our mentees and mentors have even been bridesmaids to each other's weddings, as well as just besties, right? So it's about creating that long-term relationship with us. Another question we've had, thank you so much for asking, how does our matching algorithm work? Our matching algorithm is actually one that we created and have therefore progressed continuously in the last, what we would say, 2 years. We do not match you based on your identity. We match you based on what you are required to upskill in, what somebody else can offer you, and or various other identity skill sets, not who you are, where you are from, what gender you are, what age you are. None of that actually matters. And that's because we want to create mentoring matching partners that actually support your skills and the topics that are being covered. Eleonora spoke about accountability partners. One of the reasons why we're doing that is we find that individuals who sign up to be mentors and mentees often get trained to do the same and or feel that they can't do one over the other. So this year what we're doing, as has already been mentioned, we're really changing it around. And we are very much saying, hey, we want to train you to be mentors and mentees. Yes, one will have specific roles if that's what you wish, but it will also make you accountability partners and buddies so you can make sure that you can support one another. We've had a great question come in saying, what are the requirements to apply for the mentoring program? The requirements very much are apply and express your interest in the form that our colleague Preeti is sharing in the chat, as well as the ones that we've shared otherwise. There are no other requirements other than
be willing to participate in the networking session, in the chat if you want to, be just active and excited to be part of the program.
Exactly. So express your interest, know what we're including. We've covered that right now, but you can see that it's a one-to-one match partnership, virtual career workshops, invite to our mentoring chat, 12 months of access to the careers platform, newsletter, your story being spotlighted, onboarding and training, certification, as well as graduation event. We're going to cover all these different topics and more. This year, we are asking for £100 to cover our maintenance and tech costs. Generally, we self-fund and or are funded through a model where individuals volunteer their time and or their efforts. And so it's only fair that if we are putting in the time and the work and the effort, which, just so that you're aware, it takes about 6 months end to end to actually facilitate a mentoring program. So we do want those costs covered, and we thereafter pay it forward spaces after we've filled the initial spaces. As Eleanor mentioned, the deadline is 21st of January, so we definitely don't want you to miss out. And anything after that will be on condition of spaces, time, effort, and monetary value. You definitely can. You can gift the mentoring program to your friends, family, and network. We've had a few people that already have, which is amazing. We can also do that as a surprise, which is even better. And you most definitely can add it to your CV, your reference, your LinkedIn, and your personal statement. So as you can imagine, LMF are well known. We are credible. There is this trust and a brand that we've built up. So we are there to support you in the work that needs to be provided. We've got some other questions coming up, sorry. And so ultimately, really happy for you to ask those questions. I'm going to give it a second because I know we've got some coming through, and then we can go from there.
I can just finish really quickly to say that besides the matching, there will also be one speed mentoring opportunity, because another things that we learned from our past mentoring program is that sometimes the matching is not like 100% satisfying. Is, to be honest, really, really rarely happen, but sometimes I feedback, it was a good match, but in the end it disappeared. We didn't have opportunity to get along so much. So we decided to do one speed mentoring in which everyone can meet everyone. So in case you feel that you have more personal feelings with some other participants, you can keep that contact as a mentor, as a mentee, as an accountability buddy, as a friend for your lifetime. So there will be really opportunity to network. And they just wanted to share the calendar, just to let you understand a little bit like how the program is structured. So on February 1st, we will send you the mentoring matching and the step with instruction and all the workbook, all the material that you need to start the mentoring program. And then every Tuesday of the month, there will be one live workshop. In case you can't participate live, that is not a problem, because the day after we're going to send you the recording of the session through the mentoring newsletter. So the first session will be CV hacks. The second will be how to build and smash your LinkedIn profile. The third will be 5 tricks to be more productive at work. And the last one will be how to overcome imposter syndrome. And then on March 7th, there will be speed mentoring session, but we fixed this date, but I want to make sure that most of the people can't participate because it's a Tuesday. We can change the date, we can change the time, because we want as much people as possible to be part of the speed mentoring session, because in that case, we'll be live and it won't be recorded. And then on March 10 will be the final celebration and the sharing of the data that we collect during the mentoring program.
Amazing, thank you. We've had some other questions come through, which are super exciting, and I'm liking the fact that people are asking questions. We are live on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn, so we've got questions coming in from everywhere, which is great. A question's coming through that's saying, is there an age limitation? Absolutely not. There's not a limitation on anything. We just ask you to be open-minded, to be curious, and to really kind of get involved. We've covered what it will cover, and there's more information that we can send you afterwards as well. How will I be matched? So the form in which you're expressing your interest will be used for matching. We don't use any identity data, so we don't want to match you with XYZ for any other thing. We want you to really focus on the work that's being done, and most importantly, support you in learning, building, and attracting the right skill set and leveling up. So we are only matching on skills-based information and requirements to start with. Outside of that, other questions that have come through. If you are unable to make all the live sessions or any live sessions, you will still have access to all of them because they will be recorded. That is very important. We will record them, we will upload them, but as Eleanor mentioned, you will have access to other masterclasses as well, which is super exciting. How much time is required? Yes, how much time is required? So the time required really is about an hour a week. I would say over the course of the mentoring period, it's about 6 hours end to end. And how much does the cost cover and why? As mentioned, to this date, we've done things for free or very low cost. We are charging £100 for a place. And what this really covers is time, effort, tech, maintenance, and staffing costs. Most of the work that we've done to this date has been voluntary and or community led, which is amazing. But we can't afford to pay for Zoom or Google Meets or kind of StreamYard from our own pocket.
But just want to underline, maybe for people that just joined the live, that with the mentoring program, you also have access for 12 months, so 1 year to the LMF platform. And these are just 9 of the masterclass that are already there available for everyone that is joining the mentoring program. These are recorded there. You can look at this masterclass with your own pace. You have a lot of resources, and there is also opportunity of networking. There will be a Slack community. So in case you want to network with people within LMF network, there is a private LinkedIn group. So there's lots of opportunities within the same price. There is the mentoring program, but also the platform that is like basically for free if you are part of the mentoring program.
Yeah, perfect. So there is a cost saving involved, but most importantly, there is a wider concept. I appreciate that there are other mentoring programs out there. I also appreciate there are other communities, but I would say the first thing is that we have the data to really back up what we are suggesting and or have built. Nearly 1,000 matching partners, 98% of you have achieved your goals, and nearly 90%, if not more, feel upskilled after workshops. The second thing is this is about long-term success. So things don't automatically change overnight in 4 weeks and in 6 months. So it's continuous friendship, community, and networks to move you along. The third is that we are really in a position to get support from our talent partners as well. So we will have some workshops that they're leading, which is super exciting. Outside of that, our mentoring partners have really supported us and given us the feedback. We've had Palego, Capital Placement, Stripe, KTN, and Charity Learning Consortium, just to name a few. All of our mentors and mentees, including yourselves, will be trained. And what we mean is we want to give you the leadership training required so you can move into the next chapter. Some fun stats about mentoring. You are 5 times more likely to be promoted if you're a mentor, 3 times if you're a mentee, and or increase your productivity by 80%. Outside of that, 50% of women feel they need a mentor versus 5% of men, but really we're focusing on life skills that can kind of progress you upwards. And we are most importantly doing the work that is there. Cool. So any other questions? I'm going to take a step back. Eleonora, jump in and share more information if there is any more to share, but also we can take you through the feedback.
Yeah, no, I can't see the question, unfortunately. So I don't know if there are some live question I can see on my screen, but definitely willing to answer as many questions as you want. In case you join the session later, maybe trying to see the session again, or there will be another session on Thursday, because I think I explained pretty much the basic of everything for the mentoring program.
This session is really called How Mentoring Can Change My Life. Mentoring personally changed my life. From a story perspective, I've only really been able to get through through doors when individuals have become my mentors. And I mean, from a starting point, when you come from a disadvantaged background, you're underrepresented, mentoring starts before sponsorship. So it's really about creating those relationships, being in a position where you can get access and opportunity and building your own confidence. We can see here that our feedback from our cohort: train the mentees and mentors on education makes a successful relationship. I did enjoy participating in the LMF's first program. I think this program came at a perfect time and genuinely enjoyed the process. You've all done an amazing job, thank you. I'm very grateful to have had this opportunity, and people have really progressed. Outside of that, when I joined this program, I was really confused about my future prospects, but my mentor helped me in mapping out the path I needed. Lucy says, I'm really incredibly serious and thankful for the tools my mentor has given me. Farah says, encouragement from my mentor has meant that I'm now not so hard on myself and I give more myself credit. We've also had mentees that have got internship offers and or a promotion. Tina says, I'm very proud of my mentee for coming back with a whole new perspective after contacting women actively within tech and reading a bunch of articles. Morgan says, my mentee has gone above and beyond. And I believe they have. We've also had Akua, who has not only passed her exams, but actually started public speaking and become a brand mentor and or got her own recognition. Hilda says, I wouldn't have had the confidence to do the program before to do that. And what that means is connecting with Maya, but also leading on workshops. Leah says, Juliana has been an incredible mentor and I can't thank her enough. Valerie says, my intention was to start the process of creating a digital presence. It accomplished it via my training and online training course. I mean, these are just some of the great testimonials we have. This is not a sales pitch.
You can do a live session only with the feedback.
Absolutely, right? This is about how mentoring changed their lives and how it will change your lives. We really encourage you to get involved. Just in summary, because I know that we're running out of time, it'd be great if you have any questions. You can most definitely let us know. We are here to help. We've also shared the information in the chat, so that is great. And just as a reminder, our deadline is the 21st of January. Anything after that will be dependent on if we have space and or what is required. And we can really go from there. So if there's anything left, anything we haven't covered, you let us know. We've supported all the answers in the chat. Thank you for everyone who's joined in. There's been a lot of you, so I'm very, very, very thankful. And outside of that, we are just ready to get involved. Perfect.
Yeah, any question, let us know. We also have another live on Thursday. And yeah, for any question, you also have the hello@lmfnetwork.com email.
Perfect. If you are watching this thinking, I'm not able to get involved, but I'd love to give to someone, please know that we have a donation on GoFundMe ready. Outside of that, we also have a PayPal account where you can share and pay it forward and just write who you're paying it forward to. And it really is about kind of supporting not only the next generation, but a generation of change. Just in summary, we are the LMF Network. We're founded to build the careers and confidence of 25,000 people by 2025 through mentoring, masterclass, and meaningful connections. We started as a brunch club in 2018, and then in 2020 actually moved into a commercial social enterprise. Our mission really is to redefine the workspace and to build your careers in a way that suits you and level you up for success. And so after doing 4 very successful mentoring programs, we now have our 5th launching in February called Setting Yourself Up for Success, limited 30 spaces. It includes one-to-one matching, weekly career workshops which will be recorded, as well as tools, resources, and the material that is required, training and onboarding, as well as a chance for your career story to be spotlighted, a monthly mentoring newsletter, and certification and a graduation event. And the most important thing, that you get access to a wider careers platform that by the time you start, we'll have 10 masterclasses and then 12. We will cover topics such as confidence, imposter syndrome, career tips, personal branding, public speaking, LinkedIn hacks, and productivity. So far, we have mentored shy of 1,000 people with a 98% success rate. It does cost £100, which covers our time, effort, and maintenance costs. But most importantly, it is an investment in yourself. And it's really important psychologically, when you invest in yourself, you're more likely not just to get involved, but actually to want to see change and level up your career. So on that note, I'm going to invite any final questions and or Eleonora to jump in, and then I think we will be ready to take a step back.
Yes, you can find the form in the comments. I see Pretty is sharing the form. And even from the forum, you can start having an idea how the mentoring work. And any question, there is our social platform, there is our email. So just ask anytime you want. Otherwise, it will be the other live with Q&A on Thursday.
Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. I think this is a good time to take a step back. There's a lot of information that we have shared with you. And I hope that you are excited as we are in getting involved. Of course, I see a bunch of you filling out the form now, which is great. If there's any more, do let us know. Ultimately, we want to support you as much as we can. And we really can take it from there. So have a great rest of wherever you are, your evening, your morning, your afternoon. We are here to only help you and to make sure we help you. As we said, we are very much able to adapt and change and want to support you in the way possible. So we will see you really soon. And apart from that, I wish you best of luck. So let's end our broadcast now. If you have any further questions, join us on Thursday. Tell your friends, pay it forward. And I hope to see you all in our mentoring program.
Thank you.